Hey guys, cheers, como está? Mabuhay. Just gonna have a bit of a tipple. As you all know, I love my Tandawai. This is one of 3 litres that I got past a Lubong, as you know. I think I showed it to you recently. Might as well enjoy it. Oops, hang on a sec. Give me a second, I'll go and get another can of Coke. I could have just left the camera on the table, but that's rude. Go through and get another can of Coke. Lucky, practically got my own little sari store in the house, but, there you go. That's what you get when you're successful and have no need to own a bullshit restaurant. Listen, folks, it's a real shame when morons, Mongs, open their mouth without thinking and continue to carry on with their nonsensical stupidity when they forget that when they're doing it with a bloke like me, I know how to organise that. My word-for-word videos. But what I'm going to do with this one, ladies and gentlemen, is I'm actually going to sit back and allow the person to speak. Normally I turn a 6-minute word-for-word video into an hour-long drama. Well, I'm not going to do that with this one because I want to get the point across succinctly, clearly, and successfully to show how a deluded, clutching at straws idiot trying to jack up his YouTube channel makes videos to get views. And this is exactly what this fool is doing. And when we go through this, and when you hear the actual situation, you will know what I'm saying is true. Now, I believe that this person is he's a loser. He's some old bloke on the pension that didn't make it in the United States and has ended up in the Philippines. Now, ladies, I call back and beyond, middle of nowhere, little wee burgs, small towns and absolute out of rural nothings. I call it bumfuck junction. That's what it is. He's Taliban Bahal is bumfuck junction. I mean, it's just a crummy little dump in the middle of nowhere. Blink and you're through it. It's got no industry. There's nobody. It's nothing. It's just a crummy little burg on a minor island in the middle of fucking nowhere in the Philippines. It's bumfuck junction. Okay? If it was in the United States, it'd probably be an abandoned place with tumbleweeds going through it. It's bumfuck junction, Shalom. Trust me, if you haven't been there, and I have, I mean, shit. The biggest thing about Shalom is it's got a McDonald's, and that's the biggest thing in bumfuck junction, Shalom, is McDonald's. There's nothing else there. It is just a tiny little back and beyond backwoods hick town, okay? And that's where this failed bloody American expat has ended up, on his mega pension in bumfuck junction, nowhere Bahal, okay? Now, if he was anything and anybody, he'd be living in, reasonable luxury in a condo in Cebu or Manila and Makati. But no, he's just a down on his luck American expat that's got on a plane and gone to the Philippines and ended up in bumfuck junction. And according to his videos, he moves around a bit. Now, I'm not lying because you'll hear him say that he's moved. He's not even stable. Once you get to the Philippines, you put down roots, you stay there, but not this guy. Anyway, listen, ladies and gentlemen, I hate people who make videos to their own effect without giving anybody the possibility of disputing what's being said. Anybody who's got a video channel can make videos about me, but you see, I respond. And this is what's got this fool pissed off. And that's why he deletes my comments, and that's why he makes comments for himself. Dairy milk, nice chocolate. And he's making his video comments on his video all for himself to sound he's great and I'm not. I don't like people like that, ladies and gentlemen. So let's take a moment to listen to a sorry, sad little fucking expat from America who ended up in Bumfuck Junction, Tallawamba Hole, because he's a loser at home, who assumes things that are not true, and then wanting to resurrect his silly little channel, makes all sorts of false claims about other people so he can get views, likes, comments and shares to get some AdSense, because he's going to die away in the Philippines. So just bear with me. Let's have a listen.
This is an American in the Philippines. I wanted to come on and post this. It's just pictures. There's no video. I had made a video a few weeks ago. I don't know exactly how long, of my visit to Canos. It's a restaurant owned by Brian Smith's wife and maybe himself as a partner. I'm not sure.
So it's a restaurant owned by Brian Smith's wife and maybe himself as a partner. I'm not sure. This guy doesn't know much, does he?
Sure. But, and I had said about how good the food was there and all, which I've had their hamburgers, their tacos, and their chicken tenders. All three of them were great. Hamburgers, best I've had since I've been in the Philippines.
Hamburgers are the best he's had since he's been in the Philippines. Well, he hasn't been to too many places, and like I say, he's been to Bumfuck Junction. There's not too many places in Tallawamba you'll get a hamburger, ladies and gentlemen. You know, the major outlets like McDonald's, KFC, there are hamburger joints on there. I haven't tried them, but hamburgers in the Philippines are not predominantly number one on the list for people that go out to buy food. People in Tallawamba that go out to buy food, they will buy rice and fish and items from the Carinderia. 5 peso plastic bags full of food, not hamburgers. Anyway, let's keep going. So if he says that these are the best hamburgers he's ever had since he's been in the Philippines, he hasn't been very far or wide in the Philippines, and that's a pretty big claim to say that Brian Smith is making the best hamburgers in the Philippines. I mean, seriously, fucking come on.
But there was a man that done a video. He claims he's telling the truth in the Philippines.
Yeah, this is what gets me about this bloke. There's a man that done a video, like the English from this guy. There's a man that done a video. Cletus, my name's Jeff. It's a foreigner telling the truth in the Philippines, Cletus Bar. I ain't a man who done a video, Cletus. I's Jeff. Geoff, bar. He claims he's telling the truth in the Philippines. I mean, for fuck's sake, listen to this Mong, will you?
Or something like that. But he ain't nothing but a liar.
You notice, ladies and gentlemen, that every time a Mong supporter video channel of Brian Smith makes any claim about me, he's a liar. He lies. It's all lies. I mean, ladies and gentlemen, give me a dime for every time one of fucking Smith's idiot supporters is going, he's a liar, lies.
Claims that Brian Smith paid me to make the video.
Incorrect. I've never claimed that Brian Smith paid you to make the video. I've alluded to it. I have suggested it. I have put it out there. I have never once made a claim, point blank, that says, okay, ladies and gentlemen, Brian Smith has paid an American guy in the Philippines to make a video. Never. Not once, ever. But being a Mong, there you go.
and I have never received any money or any free food or nothing from Brian, nor anyone else connected with condos.
Why would you mention it then? If you haven't, well, then what are you feeling guilty about? Why do you have to defend yourself?
Was just giving my honest opinion about the food there. But
You haven't got an honest opinion. You're full of shit.
He called me all kind of names and everything, said I promised to make a video.
I called you a failed fucking reject-looking Amish guy, which is what you look like. You've got this fucking wild, long white beard, half-shaved with no moustache and nothing on there. You look like someone that's been thrown out of an Amish community. I've just described you as how I saw you. I haven't called you all sorts of names at all. Apart from a wild, failed-looking Amish guy, which is what you exactly look like, what have I called you? Nothing. But now I call you what you are, a fuckwit.
Video of showing the permits that Ryan has to operate the...
You admit, coming up in here about the permits, we'll save that for a minute. But, you know, the thing with you fool, is that you opened your mouth, it's here on tape, and I'm able, by using this device and the second device, to show what a fuckwit you really are.
Business and all, which I never did. I did say, one thing he said was that I had said I would go back that following Friday.
No, you said you were going back that Friday. And I said, and I put in, you were the one that said you were going back on a Friday. So I put in a comment. Okay, when you go back on the Friday, show us the wall. You don't have to worry about the wall asking permission. I said, show us the permits on the wall and show us Brian Smith's 9G work permit, or at least tell us that you've cited his work permit when you go back. So why didn't you? You already admit that you saw it all, that you know that that was there written in the comments. You should keep your mouth shut before you come out and deny things.
And meet friends, which I did say that I was going back Friday to meet friends and to eat there, and that I would show his updated menu, which that's what's up on the screen here. But I did not make a video because the friends that we were going to meet,
and you'll notice, ladies and gentlemen, that after Friday, when he didn't make the video or post anything, I posted a comment saying, well, there you go, ladies and gentlemen, he hasn't made the video, he didn't turn up. There's, you know, like it was all shit. You know, he didn't fulfill his promise. And that's exactly right. That now and I said, what bullshit excuse is he going to give us for not going back? Well, here it is, listen to it. I took pictures. You can see by the dates on my pictures. Hey, I can pick up my camera and fucking change the date on my camera anytime I feel like it, fool. Anytime I feel like it, I can change the date on my camera to superimpose over a picture. But you didn't post it. On that Friday when you went back, how long does it take to put up a couple of pictures on your channel and say, look, I didn't make it back today, but I said I would, and here, it'd take you 5 minutes. But you didn't do it. You didn't do it. You haven't done it till now. A week later. You've had all week to put up this 6-minute video with your bullshit excuses, which is what I said. When you didn't put it up on the Friday, when you didn't post it on a Friday, or the Saturday, or the Sunday, or the Monday, or the Tuesday, or the Wednesday, but today, I posted, well, where is the bloke? He's not fulfilling his promise. And now you're coming in saying you took pictures and you're posting them today. 6 minutes worth of video. You could have posted Friday night, Saturday, Sunday. Boy, are you like Brian Smith? You're so busy that you can't afford 5 minutes to go out and do anything. Mate, you're so full of shit, it's not funny. 6-minute video you put up now, you were supposed to put it up on Friday. I don't care where your friends live. Nobody here cares where your friends live, whether they have a motorbike or a fucking car, or how far away they live, or what fucking shit they've got on. They care about the fact that you said you were going to go back there on Friday, blah, 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 blah. And in the comments, it is clear that when you go back there, show us the fucking permits. But you're somehow forgetting all that. You're somehow just completely, utterly and totally skipping over that part. Doesn't exist. Because it doesn't suit your narrative. Because Brian Smith has got no permits. And when you went in there to look for them and you realised they're not there, you thought, oh, fuck, I'm going to look like an idiot now. And you've just completely, utterly and totally ignored the whole fucking thing. Where's Brian Smith's 9G? You've ignored that as well. But let's keep going because there's some more stuff in here that shows Shalom. I can't believe it. At the end of this video, ladies and gentlemen, he's not only a hillbilly, he's a Jewish hillbilly. He ends the video, Shalom. I mean, oh, fuck me, Dad.
That day, the rain was very heavy, and they, if you know anything about Behold, this restaurant is in Taliban. They live in Dubai, and that's a pretty good ride. And
what has that got to do with you going back there on a Friday and taking pictures of the video of the permits on the wall and Brian Smith, Nigeria? Where your friends have got the weather in the Philippines has got nothing to do with any of that. It's like I said, ladies and gentlemen, when he didn't put it up, I said, what bullshit excuse are we going to hear? Well, you're listening to it now. Utter bullshit.
They only have a motor, and it was raining, so they canceled. And I had invited another couple, and they were getting their new house ready to move into, so they didn't come. So I didn't do a video. I took some.
So that's two couples of people that you offer to bring to this restaurant. What, for a free feed? Did they have to pay, or were you paying that didn't want to go? Oh, yeah, he's real fucking popular, isn't he?
Pictures to show, but I had not posted them yet. And he claiming I was lying, that I didn't.
I didn't claim you were lying. Well, what claim were you lying? I said it's Friday. He hasn't posted a video. I didn't call you a liar. I didn't say you were lying about anything. I said it's Friday. He hasn't turned up. Where is he? So, yeah, you are a liar. You said that you would come back on Friday and put a video up on Friday about going back to the restaurant on Friday. Well, you didn't do it. You are a liar.
Go back, like I said, I would, which on these pictures they have dates, because when I take pictures of my phone, it always has.
You didn't say that you were going to go back on Friday and take some pictures and put them up a week later. That's not what you said. You said, I'm going back on Friday, I'll do a video. And when you posted that, I put on the comments on that, well, when you go back on that Friday, please show us the permits on the wall. And you acknowledge it in a few seconds in this video, you acknowledge that that's what you saw. So just listen to your fucking failed version of events. Shalom, shalom, shalom.
The date. So you can go back and look at the dates. I went there on a Wednesday and ate by myself.
Yeah, nobody can change the dates on their camera, can they? Nah, it's impossible.
And I went back the Friday when we were supposed to meet the people. But he also claimed that I was lying, that there's no other customers in the place.
Hang on a sec. The first video you put up, before you went back and the supposed took the pictures, the first video you went there was only you, yourself, your wife, and Marisol. We don't know who there was on your second video. In the photos, there's nobody. So don't talk shit. There wasn't anybody in the place. And you yourself said that the times that you've been here, you've only seen 2 to 4 people. So stop talking shit. You should really have kept your mouth shut and not made this video. You've made an absolute fucking fool of yourself. There weren't any other customers in the place when you made the first video going there. And I can't call you a liar about no customers in the place the night that you went there on the Friday of last week but didn't post pictures of until today, Thursday. How the fuck would I know if there's anybody in there? You're making up and putting a story and words into mouths that you have no right to do. You are full of shit, American guy. Shalom, shalom, shalom.
I've been there either 3 or 4 times, and I've never been there when I was the only customer in there. And he said that
I've been there 3 or 4 times, but I've never been there when I was the only customer in there. But the video, you were the only customer in there. You and your wife were sitting at a table in your first video, and Marisol was sitting at the other table. There was nobody else there. So what the hell, what are you talking about? I mean, ladies and gentlemen, this is what you call a Mong. This is a Mong in action. Shalom, shalom, shalom.
It was very busy and packed and all this, which I never did because
I never said you said that. Again, you take what's written, interpret it as the way you think, and put words into people's mouth and just go off on your merry little fucking way. I said that Boss Hogg says it's always packed. Not you. I never said you said it was packed. Ever. Show me. Show me. Show me. You have picked, it's like I say, this is what, ladies and gentlemen, this is what Boss Hogg and his people do. They pull some shit out of their ass, they rub it around their face, and then they talk it on YouTube. They just pull shit out of their ass and talk it on YouTube. Unbelievable.
it hadn't been. Unlike his lies, I ain't going to tell a lie about.
What lies? I am sick to death, ladies and gentlemen, to be quite honest. Yeah, I'm sick to death of it. And so this is what they're going to do. They're going to make more videos saying the same thing. I'm sick to death of Smith and his Mongs going, lies, lies, he's a liar, it's all lies. To suit their bullshit narrative, to cover up their own stupidity. I am sick to death of the lies, he's a liar, but they can't actually name a lie. They can't actually describe this lie. They can't actually tell you what these lies are. Funny that, isn't it? Shalom, shalom.
And everything, but there has been anywhere from 2 to 5 customers, not counting myself in the restaurant when I've been. I've not seen it packed, which I think it should be from the taste of the food, but I haven't.
Well, you've not seen it packed, so who's lying? If you haven't seen it packed, then Boss Hogg must be lying because he's telling everybody that it's chock-a-block. Yeah, every video that we see of anything to do with the place, there's nobody there. So Boss Hogg is lying. Boss Hogg is the liar. Because he has stated every time he opens his mouth about this place that the place is packed. That the tables are all full. That when anybody turns up there, he's so busy that it takes him 5 hours of sweating to fill in all the orders in the kitchen that he can't get out for 2 seconds to acknowledge people that have come to see him. So Boss Hogg is a liar, correct? That's what you're saying? Because Boss Hogg is saying that the place is always packed and it takes hour after hour after hour before he can even come out to acknowledge his guests. So, but when you're there, that's not the case. So Boss Hogg's the liar, right? You want to talk lies and liars? Make your fucking mind up. Shalom, shalom, shalom.
And he put a video on his channel and everything, calling me and another vlogger in Behold, who I don't know, names and say...
No, completely incorrect. I didn't call you names at all. I said, why is Commander Diot sitting there with a dumb look on his face and not being given a word edgewise by Hogg to say anything? And why is Commander Dale actually sitting there expecting us to believe that he sat there for 5 hours while Smith has been slaving in the kitchen, unable to come and see him? I didn't call anybody names. Shalom, shalom, shalom. If there's any liar around here, it's what you're saying. Show me and back that up. We are now at timestamp 3:41 of 6 minutes and 15 of your video, Our Return to Carnos and Telebonks, when you say that I called you and another V-blogger names. Come on, make a video like I'm doing now and show us. Because you are the liar. Shalom, shalom, shalom. You are the liar. And we won't see or hear anything from you because you're an idiot. You don't have the brain capacity to cover your bullshit. Shalom, shalom, shalom.
Saying that Brian was paying us and all this different stuff.
No. Alluding to how can these people sit here and listen to the garbage that Brian Smith spins unless he's paying them to do that? I didn't say that he actually was. I asked the question. Are these people putting up with his bullshit and going along with his bullshit because they're being paid or bribed. It's a whole lot different to actually categorically coming out and saying you are being paid, which I have never once said. But no, you, Shalom, 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 have just decided, well, that's what you're going to say because you're an ignorant, arrogant Mong. And I'm having a ball shooting your ignorance, your arrogance, and your dumbass Shalom, Shalom into the dirt.
But I wanted to come on and just, since I had said I would put up a video, this is going to be the video. There's no actual video, but I did post pictures. And
on the Friday? No, today. Where are the permits? So we've got a response from you to say that next time you're in Telebon, you will go and visit Brian Smith and you will eat there. Good. So the next time you go there and eat there, show us the permits on a wall. Put Brian Smith in front of your camera, stand there selfieing each other saying, hey, Brian, can I see your 9G visa, please? There you go. Otherwise, shut the fuck up and crawl back under your hole. Shalom, shalom, shalom.
The last picture, everywhere I've been in the Philippines, no one puts salt and pepper or anything like that out on the table, which...
Well, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Like I said, he's only in Bumfuck Junction, Shalom. He hasn't been anywhere. He doesn't know anything. He hasn't got no experience of the Philippines whatsoever. Because I've been in tiny little carinderias on Leyte, in Hilongos and Leyte, in Pit Oz in Cebu, in Cordoba, Cebu, all over the place that put out condiments. So this guy, like I said, is a fucking loser fucking on a very tight budget, very small fucking American pension who's been nowhere. He's got no money. He's got nothing. And he's trying like hell to resurrect this stupid little channel that he's got by creating a drama, coming in here, talking a load of shit to make himself look good and to put shit on a bloke like me, which will bring drama to bring him up. Go fuck yourself. Shalom, shalom, shalom.
Brian has all the condiments and all out there so that you can get them if you need them. But I can't think of what all else. But anyway, I just wanted to put this up there so that you could see the dates and see that I did return when I said I was.
No, we don't see anything. You said that you would be there last Friday. Today's Thursday. Until then, this is all we've seen. We don't know that you went there last Friday. So you've got some pictures of some food on a table with a date on it. So what? You could have taken those pictures anywhere, at any place, at any time, whenever, and then just put whatever date you want on the camera. You know, do you not understand? I'm not a tech guy, but even I could do that. It's called Photoshop. There is no proof whatsoever, you liar. You're lying. You're lying. There you go. How do you like it? How do you like it when you sit there and have people call you a liar? How do you like it, you fool? How do we know you're not lying? We don't know that you returned when you said you did. You're just telling us now that because you've got some pictures with a date on it, that happened. We don't know that. And in these circumstances, with everything we know about Smith, who couldn't lie straight in bed, who's the biggest fraudster and con man under the sun, I wouldn't believe shit that comes out of him or anything with anybody to do with him. And nor does anybody else, except other Mongs. Unfortunately, not all the people on the internet are Mongs like you and the people that you think you can be.
Unlike him, I ain't lying about it.
How do we know that?
But I wasn't going to even put the pictures up because we didn't get to do video and everything, and I posted a video before. But since he wants to go on and say that everybody's lying and getting paid.
Lying? Everybody's lying? No one's saying everybody's lying. No one. You're the one that seems... What is it with you people? You can't have any kind of discussion with you people. You put shit up on your channel and I respond to it, you delete it. There's no discussion with you people. Everybody's a liar. And when a response is made, you're a liar, you're a liar, dry up and blow away, shalom, 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 because that's what you need to do. You're a failed vlogger. You're just a silly old fart in the Philippines on a limited budget. You're desperate for money. Fuck off.
No, I figured I would put this up so that y'all could see by the dates that I did go back. And again, the food was great.
And are you being paid to say that?
We have moved now and we're further away from Brian. But anytime I'm in
we've moved now. Yeah, look, guys, you know, like, I don't know too many people who move around the Philippines. You know, he's not stable. Probably, well, is he moved? Why has he moved? Did he get kicked out because he couldn't pay the rent? Was he behind in the rent? Was he typically one of Brian Smith's typical friends? A loser? Why'd you move? You know, automatically that rings bells, you know, like, oh, but, you know, he'll have a perfectly good excuse and bullshit fucking reason for that as well. They all do. They always have a totally legitimate reason for their bullshit.
Bond, if I have to go there for something, I will still eat there.
Good, and show us the permits on the walls when you get there.
Very nice to me. We've only met maybe 4 to 6 times. We're not big friends or nothing. I know who he is when I see him, and he knows who I am. But
okay, but do you know him to be able to say that he's actually honest and legitimately in business? And if you don't know that by seeing the permits on the wall, why is it a problem to ask him? What have you got against saying, hey, Smith, it's been bought up. I'm advertising you on my video channel. I'm supporting you all the way. I'm calling this other guy in Australia a liar on your behalf, even though I've got no basis to do so. I'm just making it up as I go along. But my name's now on the line as a Taliban vlogger supporting you and your business. The least you can do is give me the opportunity to prove to my viewers that you're worth supporting, that you are legitimate, that you are doing everything legally. So show us your permits, Brian. And what possibly can be wrong with that? What possibly, there's no invasion of privacy. There's no breaking secrets. There's nothing except what he's legally required to do. So is there a problem with that? What bullshit excuse are you going to come up with and make that it can't be done for you to show us that the place is legitimately open and running properly? What fucking lies are you going to fucking come up with, American guy, loser from Bumfuck Junction, to not prove to us that this place is a legitimate business? Fuck off, you fucking idiot, because that's what you are, proved to be and shown to be in your own stupid words. Just fuck off. You're just another bottom-feeding piece of shit of Brian Smith's suck-old, sycophantic followers. That's all you are now. That's all you were last week. It's all you're going to be tomorrow. Prove to your viewers that this is a legitimate business with a legitimate lawful right to be operating, and him having a legitimate lawful right to be working there, or go fuck yourself. Shalom, shalom, shalom. Thanks, guys. Catch you next time. Bye.